Masachet Hullin Daf Mem Daled Amud Aleph, 15 lines down. We mentioned previously that there's a limit as to where in the esophagus shahita is done. The ma'alad kamba now, but what's the top limit of the esophagus to shahita? Ma'ana Rahman ad kedetiv said yada nas, the amount that a person can do shahita on the esophagus is until around the hands grasp from the top. What's the lowest spot? Until it's hairy, the esophagus becomes hairy by the digestive tract. And is that so? That low? The last hand size, hand breadth of the tube of the esophagus next to the stomach, which is the inner stomach of the Mishnah. That's referring to the inner stomach. Why does it say that's kasher down there? Because shahad bekares shahi. That's the case, then he's slaughtering in the stomach. That's not good. When it says ema tevech bekasamuch levesh tzedek. No, the next to the last part. So yes, that last part with the digestive tract is slaughterable. This is not. Okay. But then I have an answer. To come out of betzurah de masayir tfel. It's one case where it's by an ox, which is the hairy spot of the esophagus is much higher. If the entire lower part of the esophagus became detached, the entire top of the esophagus became detached from the jaw, it's mutar. Tanzuna also, our Mishnah also said, if it's disconnected, then the pipes were moved as well. And about what's the power of if our Mishnah seemingly said it's okay. So how do you explain both? Our Mishnah against Rabbah, not a question. Adi akur di akur. Which one was case where the pipes were uprooted from where it was attached by the flesh of the jawbone. Had the the Mishnah from the case where the lower jaw was cut away from the pipes, leaving the moorings, the spot of the pipes in that part of the flesh still there. The Shmuel Kasha, according to Shmuel, it's a question. Like Shmuel's past question, how can we mutar if the pipes move? Gemara says, La tema kula ela imma rubo. Mishnah's Shmuel's case, not about the entire thing that is located, most of it. Gemara says, Da, mar paparachana mar Shmuel. Simaning shin that lu berban treva. If the majority of the pipes became detached, taref. I could say that's the case of Shmuel, that's mutar. Gemara says, Amarav shisha b'ed ravidi. Hatte ikfel ukfule. When did Shmuel say that it's mutar, it's detached? It's where it peeled away. So detached is continuation. Atin defrigate, but it's pasul where it complete separated discontinuously. A little bit, a little there, here and there. Okay, next part of the show. Ufsukata I get it, the trachea of the animal that got severed, not through shehita, it's taref. Katana. Come up in Sukata Gerrit was considered a trachea that's severed. The Ruba was not a majority cut through. The Kamba Ruba was considered a majority. Rav Marav says, the Rob Ovia. Okay, this is, you just need to focus a little bit. Majority of the thickness from the front of the throat, of the thickness of the trachea wall. But Amidas, some people say, the Rov Halal, the majority of the hollow part inside. So the Rov Ovia thickness is talking about a case if it is the first one, the diameter of the tube from throat to back, while majority of the hollowness would be majority of the actual tube itself, because it's lean, it's much less, sorry, much more deeper inside. Hahi Pisukata Gerdat Leknederavat was a certain animal, a trachea that was severed that came for halacha. You start checking according to the first opinion of the thickness. You said the hollowness. They have more space. Shada the committed of a barahana, he sends different rabbi. But Kabaruhala, he checked the hollow. The Ashray says kasher because it wasn't cut so much. And he bought a lot of meat from it, so to show that it was kosher. ואיך יעביר אחי, how can he say it's mutar? Rav said it as pasul. But remember, it says, "Am shestima in haver rashatain." Rabbi said it's you can't make it tahor. Asar in haver rashatain. It says asur, you can't say it's mutar. Because shani haver is different. Rav lo asar mesa. He didn't actually say the asur. He started checking it, and he thought it was asur, but he sent it to someone else to make the psa. V'chim yaber hacham, once the hacham said it's a halacha, hechi achal mine, how did Rabbi Hana eat from it? Hey. Fakti pasuk says regarding Haskell, "Amaraha Hashem Elokim Hinei Ashi Lo Mitumah." And about the Falach limit right about that. Well, the people say people. We mentioned this before. Pasuk mentioned by Haskell. He was saying, "I didn't eat pasul terefa." We mentioned it, explained it. That refers to he didn't have shiluk to my I didn't become clean. This means lo hitarti biyom. I didn't allow lo hitarti biyom. I didn't have impure thoughts by day. Level they do not that I have impure thoughts at nighttime or keri. When without further khati need never tefa, obviously, what does that mean? Shalom khati basar cost because we know I never ate an animal that someone said slaughter close to death. We love by basar pigul and not pigul, which means we can't be literally because obviously didn't. Shalom khati bima shahara I never ate from an animal that a chacham said to make it mutar, and it was a question though. Mishnah Berurah sometimes says shalom khati bima shalom I never ate from an animal that the Kohanim did not give the gifts. So we see. That is, it's a high level, not to eat from an animal that you needed a special psak for. So why to eat from it? And where it says, "Hanim" that implies it's a reasoning halacha. If the reasoning halacha, you have to worry that maybe the rabbi made a mistake. Rabbi Hana actually had a psak, and therefore it was okay. Maybe he ate from it just because he wanted. Maybe he shouldn't have eaten it because now it looks like he got bribed. Like, oh, if you say it's kosher, I'll give you 100. I'll give you 10 grand of meat for $5. Temper says, and there's someone judged this case. Zika v'hayav and ruled in favor against one and against the other. Timeh v'hor or timeh tahor. Asab atir mutar nasur. Yechin adin mitaydu even witnesses testified. Kulan rashin likach. All the allowed to take by the item that was awarded to one side or that's not tahor. Hamid said, no, don't do that. Stay away from this. It's sticky. Because if you say it, you were part of the reason why it's mutar, and all of a sudden you buy it, doesn't look so kosher. So how can Rabbi Hana buy the meat? The Gemara says, "Hanim is going to buy meat that is in mishuma." That's being sold on an appraisal without being weighed. Hacham mitkalim what happened over here? He weighed it and he paid fair market rate. Kihad Rava sharded the tefer zamni nas bisra. In this case, Rava said an animal was not teref. He said mutar and he bought the meat. Amr the Rava his dar, his daughter, which is his wife, said to him, "Abba shari bukhre v'lo zamni bisra." When my father permit a bechor to be slaughtered and eaten as non-kadosh meat, which you have to do once you wait for get mum, he would not buy it just to avoid this problem. And my he says, no problem. Hand me the bukhor as a bechor. The ashimum because it's appraised. Haha, but over here the weight shows that I bought it for market price. Ma'eka. So why would be a problem? Maybe I got the best cut. They sell me the best cut every single time. They charge me the same price. I'm not being treated differently because that's why it's mutar. Mara Hezna, Zehro Et Falasmo is able to rule out an animal as a tarif for himself. It's a very big loss for himself. Mara Hezna, Ezu Sunim, who's considered a person who hates gifts shall live. Zehro Et Falasmo. Similarly, he examines the terifah from himself as a sword. Whoever learns Chumash and Mishnah, and he says the terifah for himself, it's a sword. He listens to the Chachamim. Allah, that's what the pasuk says. You'll eat the labor of your hands and it'll be happy and it'll be good for you. Rab Zavid Amar says, you'll get two worlds, this world and the next world. You'll be successful in both. Ashrecha b'olam hazeh, v'tov lach happy in this world and successful in the next world. Rabbi Elazar happened to the dynasty of the Ashakil. When Rabbi Elazar they were sending something from Elazar from the house of the Nasi, he wouldn't accept it. If he had been sent to the environment to either, he wouldn't eat. I told him, Lo kabi'ai more of the achi. Don't you wish I should live? The thief was not I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to your house because I'm not supposed to accept gifts. You must live. If you hate gifts, you'll live. Rav Zera, ki shadre la kashike, when they send Rav Zera gifts, he also will not take it. have him as any nazir, but when they invite him, he actually would go. It's not a gift. I'm not because he would say it's karua kum and the they are the ones who are getting receiving the flavor. They are the ones who are receiving the favor from me from going. It's kavod for them for me to go. Therefore, I'm not. It's not considered for me a gift, and that's why it's mutar for me to go. We'll stop here. We're on in a minute.